Hey guys, we went live, but we were having a little bit of technical difficulties. But I'm back, and I'm happy that you're joining me this evening. I know it's been a pretty difficult time in 2021. I want to tell all the guests, the supporters, and the viewers thank you. So now, we're having Ran Live as a guest on here. Um, he's a rapper, a lyricist, and also a clothing designer, a promoter, and has managed music before. So let me invite him to the camera, okay, guys? We'll wait to everybody. Hey, how you doing, Czar? Let's see if I can. Wait. It's still saying that you have to have the latest version. I can't. I'm getting highly little upset. Why is it saying that you need the latest version? But it's letting me. Hey, Rand, do you have another page that I could possibly go live from? I could invite you in from. Why is this doing this to me? Why? I'm not sure if you have another page. If you have another page, maybe yes, okay, you have another page. Maybe I can go live with you if you log into that page, and I'll just stay here live and just wait for you to come back in. Let me know if you want. Okay, you want to do that. All right. So I'm gonna wait for you. I'll be waiting here, and I'll just wait until you come back in. I hope that I'm following your other page too. If not, my username. You can come right into my live. So while I'm waiting on Ran Live to come back in, today or tonight's episode of the Indie Spotlight Fridays, I'm having a very exciting show tonight. We're going to have Ran Live, as I said before, a rapper, a lyricist, and he also has a clothing company. We also have BZ215, who is a rapper and a lyricist. Both of these artists are out of Philadelphia. We had a really fun-filled week. We also have a guest coming on for the Indie Spotlight Special Edition Saturdays, and her name is the Real Snow Bunny. You can catch each and every episode of the Indie Spotlight, past and present, on my main page, Shayrenee215, and you can go underneath the IGTV tab and check out all the episodes. We have some pretty good guests in store. But if anybody wants to ask anything, they can. I'm just waiting. Hey Zara, I still see you're in here. I seen you out checking some music out earlier and stuff. Hey, let's try to invite you to the camera. Invite. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. I requested to go live. Let's try to invite you to the camera. Hey! Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey.
How you
Good.
doing?
Good. How are your day going?
Um,
How's your day going and your
no,
life day going?
chilling, excited, man. The album drop, happy for this interview and appreciatory. You know what
Me too. I'm excited to interview you.
I mean? You know, you my
Um,
homie. We got a little bit of time in this hip hop thing together. We talked already before this. You know.
I seen you guys at an event. Like, I'm not sure if that was last night or the night before. Were you performing at that event?
No. I just was making a supportive appearance for my brother Black De Niro's brother. Uh, had an event there, a 420 event, and we
Mm-hmm.
just went there to hang out, kick it. Really wasn't on a music vibe. This was really more or less on a laid back, non-promo, just on a date night.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. Cool. What area are you from?
From North Philly, Hunting Park, um,
Okay.
originally, and then when I moved from Hunting Park, that's my childhood. I grew up there, and I spent time between there and my grandmom's house down like off of 22nd and Lehigh, which is like North Philly too. So
Okay.
from Huntington Park all my life, North Philly, born and raised, and then when I got older, like 17, 18, started moving out. I relocated to the Northeast Philadelphia, from there to Delaware.
Oh, okay, okay. That's awesome. That's cool. Um, so what started you? What
Actually,
like
I lived
started
out
you
Chester
thinking about
before
going?
Delaware. My bad. I had to correct myself. I
Oh,
lived out
Chester,
Chester.
PA.
My Chester people would be like mad that I ain't say nothing about them.
Okay.
Shout out to Chester, motherfucker. I ain't gonna curse.
No, that's cool. Um, what inspired you? What inspired you to start your music career, or you to start rapping
Well, I
or
do
writing?
remember distinctively, man, because I put it in my bio, one of my first bios I wrote. I was in the studio with major figures, man. It was like I went to one of their sessions when they was recording with Bumpy
Mm.
Johnson, because I just left a studio session at Peanut Crib, and this is back in like 1996, and I mean, it was so many
Oh,
blunts rolled. I like the blunts. It was so many blunts rolled. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this shit serious. They was talking about, how they was gonna spend their record deal money and what kind of cars they was gonna get and everything. So to see them get that record deal with Universal and Warner Brothers shortly after that, I was like, I'm real close already. So I
wow.
yeah. So I said I'm gonna take it serious. And then it's crazy because EST at that time I didn't know how big EST, Robert EST Waller from Grammy Kids was. I didn't know that he was way bigger than life back in the '80s, a little bit before 1996. Uh, so he lived on my block. So I come from a music orientated uh, neighborhood that's deep in the roots of hip hop. North Philly is, I mean, Ram Squad and Mike Knox
Mm-hmm.
presently, and
Mm-hmm.
major figures, a lot of state property members from North Freeway, PD, O, you know, so AR Rad, Dark Low, all of them. North Philly is a deep roots with music and Philly hip hop.
Um, I see that you have. I see that you did a lot of music with some very, very popular Philadelphia rappers. Now, Major Figures, excuse me, is a group was the group with Gilly
Yeah,
the
that's
Kid
Gilly. Yeah,
and Dutch
Gilly the
and
Kid.
Spade, right?
Gilly the
And
Kid,
Dutch and
Reese
Spade.
Rolex
Mm-hmm.
Dutch, Eb Lava from Good
Mm-hmm.
Music,
Mm-hmm.
Spado,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Shorty, damn, Bianca,
Okay.
Lil Ruck, original, you know what I mean, before he got killed, rest in peace, Ruck. I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's,
So, so tell me about I know you have a clothing line. Is it you that have the clothing line, or is it your wife that has a clothing line, or you guys both have a clothing
uh,
line?
nah, we partners, we like 50-50 on the clothing line. Well, we had original partner that didn't stick around and stuff like that, my first, with Justice's mother, and so got too tough for her. She wanted to take that. She didn't want to sacrifice and go through the hard days with the company. So now that it's doing pretty good now. I know we sold well over 500 T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And we started
wow.
getting into the hoodie game. I mean, because when you coming into the clothing game, you got to decide what you're gonna do before in order for
Hmm.
you to call it clothing, you got to have multiple things other than T-shirts. So I really wanted to just get focused on tops, branch off into bottoms, but I really wanted to winter time. A lot of people needed hoodies. I gave out affordable hoodies. It stands for something. Justice Couture stands for literally looking forward to giving all kids a better future. So it's dedicated to the children. The company,
Okay.
the whole line. I mean, it's a franchise. I mean, because the license is for the record label, but the clothes is the merchandise from the record label. So that's how that's been. That's how that got started.
Awesome. So hopefully, one day I will be able to work with you and to work with you and your wife
Yep.
on music, on clothes, or on anything. Like I would like to try to to make it to one of the events. It's just been a very, very hectic time.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
let me pin your hold on, let me undo this. I'm sorry. I just had to put I just had to put on and off comments so that I can pin because sometimes I can't read them and try to read them off while I'm interviewing. So I will be turning them back on so that I can pin your name to the bottom of this.
Okay.
So where can people find where can people find you? Like all your social media platforms. I'm not meaning to
All right. No,
like
like my main
like
page
I
is
see you're
Ran
doing two
Live.
things at one time.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a method to the madness. Looking forward to
Mm,
knowing that the longer that I stay, in the game, the more relevant I'll become because there's a big ocean, there's a sea of talent out there, and there's a ton of stories. But eventually, when my stories start making more press and start becoming more public, like platforms like this, you know, I think I'm gonna go down as
mm-hmm,
like one of the greats, yo. Like I'm the only dude, and rest in peace, DMX. Like, I'm the only dude right now. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, but Nas ain't really. I'm trying to name like new people that talk about like uh, little baby. I can't say you know what I mean. Like I don't like what I was about to say is like I represent God a lot. I talk about
mm-hmm.
Allah a little, I say God more than anything. Like I'm like a modern DMX. I'm like I was influenced by DMX. I was influenced by Tupac. I was influenced by Biggie and not only just them. I mean, a lot of different New York artists that was heavy in the game that was a public enemy. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's when you a gangster, like when you part of a gangster rap genre because of your past or because of what your lyrics contend, like people tend to say like, all right, you contradict, da, 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 da. They used to bash us for that, but thanks to people like DMX, it's like people start to understand, like, because we grew up in the hood, we grew up in the rough, terrain, and all because we read the Bible. You know what I mean? Sometimes that may make us tougher than the people you think is tough because like we ready to die for what we believe in.
Actually, I agree with you. I think that there's many different layers to a man. In fact, to talk about even to just backtrack a minute about DMX, I noticed that he knew a lot about like prayer and scriptures, and he brought a lot of people together. He put a lot of people on. So I think like he had many sides to him. I'm thankful that he was able to expose many sides to him. He was acting, he was rapping, he was giving back, and he
Yeah,
was a father and stuff like that. So I think you can have many different sides to you.
yeah.
Uh, many
Yo, you
sides
know
to
what
you.
I want to put out there, and I don't know if you noticed it, but I want to ask you a question since I did that hosting Tuesday.
Sure.
Do
Hmm.
you think I'm blackballed?
Do
I
I
mean,
think you're blackballed?
yeah. Do you think it's like quite obvious though? I mean, like with all the features I got, all the like legends and shit, the videos that I've been put out there,
Hmm.
and then if I claim to say like, all right, well I sold like over 10,000 albums, blah blah blah. 100,000 even. I think we had 100,000. I helped start a lot of shit. Do you think like when there's somebody real talented or got a lot of
Hmm.
because we call them industry credits. Like once you do records with signed artists, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You think like people
Well,
like that are
I'm sorry, I don't want
blackballed or they
to.
don't? You know what I mean? What do you think that's due to?
Well, I think that I wouldn't say that you were blackballed. I would say that you would be unsung. Like when I look at people, I look like I normally look at a singer like her name was Phyllis Hyman,
I'm familiar with
and
that name.
and she had a lot of different things happen in her life. She had tragedy and triumphs in her life, and a lot of times when you have someone that is very talented, different people that you might be around in your circle, some people can be intimidated. That can intimidate them, and sometimes they are afraid to expose you as a very talented singer because they feel like you would be in competition with you when
Right,
really music should be about family. It should be about helping one another. Some people don't give another person the credit because I actually went through some things like this.
right.
I went through some stuff like this. So I don't think that you was blackballed. I probably would think that you were unsung and you haven't yet get the credit that you deserve and should have. And
Right,
that's why actually I this is why actually why I did why I made partly why I made something like this, because I think that a lot of people who have who have dedicated
right,
who have had dedication and to do what you're doing and to do it this long
right,
and to have longevity is
right,
dedication, and it
right,
takes money and it takes time.
right. Yeah,
And you can hear it, and you can hear who honed their craft and who didn't hone their craft.
yeah.
You know
Because
what I mean? You can
if
hear
you,
who thrown together and who not thrown together. You can hear that.
I think like for real, like overall, the experiences, the travel, and all of that. But I like it kind of irked me because I'm like, all right, boom. My last album did 10,000 copies. I look at what it takes for people to
Mm-hmm.
get record deals or what streams is this and that. Like mine's is
Mm-hmm.
like direct bread, like national, Texas. And I know I could possibly have a lot of people that like I'm not being open to their social network because it's kind of fucked up with, excuse my language, it's kind of messed up with the
Mm-hmm.
allegory and the rhythms that is almost like we have to pay for the lid to be all the way open, like open it up a little bit, not all the way open, meaning like if I do a promo ad and I spend $10 on it and it say 55,000 people but 12,000 people this, you know, and then but you see it, you see like three different numbers there, you see like 63,000 here, you like they're recording numbers and they want you to pay to take the cap off so you're so it could look like, but even with the follows, even if you say like, all right, their original follows, like every day I got like 3 or 4, you know, less followers than I had the other day. And I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
damn, I ain't even post nothing today. Why am I missing 3 followers every day? Or it looked like 10 people followed me this day, but it only counted 5. And so all
Mm-hmm.
these different concerns I got with, you know, media, I feel like, damn, it's almost like, you know, the game always been like you gotta pay to play type thing, and it's like me as a real artist, man, you know, and a
I
business
agree with you
person,
with that.
and a business
I
person,
agree with
because as a business person, at the end of the day, I have to make a decision based on business, and that doesn't have
that.
nothing to do with my conspiracy theory or none of that. And that's I guess I pray that makes me a better businessman, but it sucks
Well,
though. Like the deeper you get into the game, and then you start being like, well, damn, I
getting
used to
chased
want
up.
a record deal for thirty
Mm-hmm.
thousand dollars, and I look back,
Mm-hmm.
shit, I spent that in 3 months, you know, on just videos, material, you know what I mean? So I've made it back. I've had, just waiting for that internet thing to go crazy. You just waiting for that internet buzz because that's the jukebox, that's the popularity, that's the stream, that's where the money is streaming for the future. Being popular
I
amongst the
agree with that.
kids.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, you got to be popular amongst the kids. Like, unless these people are going to your YouTube thirsty and hungry for you, you know, it won't make you a millionaire off of music, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, you won't get a millionaire off of music until, like, every YouTube video you do is, 600,000, 700,000 streams, a million, 2 million, 3 million. So now you just basically wrestling to be popular. And
No, I no. You're. What I want to say was that you are very very right about that. The thing about it, I think that is it's really now since the way to advertise have changed, since it's changed completely into social media and popularity and going viral and streaming, it is completely flipped promotion and advertising and PR upside down. And now you have to do it into another way. And I am really concerned. That really makes me concerned because
you're
now
right.
we don't have quality assurance. You feel what I'm saying? You're just seeing anything and everything getting popular, and I'm looking for some quality, and I have to go through like things that went viral, and sometimes you don't even know why you're looking at it. Like, why did this get a million hits? Like,
No,
what was it
right?
doing?
No, because
Like,
listen, you know what? For the base, if it's solely on just art, right?
hmm
From an artist perspective, everything is accepted in the realm of art, right?
hmm
To look if
hmm
it's if it's, it's given to you like that or promoted like that, that it's coming from an art platform. And that means music, dance, pictures, paintings,
Mhm.
putting aluminum pipes together. I seen Juvenile put, some art together where he took UPC pipes and made it look like a dude playing a saxophone, and he was selling it for $1,000 because he made it. Like, that's fucking art. Like, I'm with that shit. So, all
Mhm.
right, you put it out there to art. Now, you know me, like I know you're an artist too, right? You're an artist. You would say
Yes.
you're an artist,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I'm a singer
That
songwriter. Mhm.
the beauty of art is in the eye of the beholder. So when you start to see stuff and you like, all right, Lady Gaga's art, Marilyn Manson's art, Kanye West, you can say Kanye West, you
Mhm.
know, Nas, like these level of artists
Mhm.
that you know, but then like would you consider like and I do I consider the shorty, the Cardi B, like I consider her an artist.
Mhm.
I consider Nicki Minaj an artist. And then
Mhm.
but for certain, her body is art. And if her videos, you know what I mean, like her body, body is art. Sensuality, sexuality, all of that plays a role in that. And now that women, they getting that real big break, I'm saying, talent, they can rap, they can sing, and they looking good and willing to wear, half neck earring. So that, it's like you said, it depends on like, and what the consumers, come on. I mean, we know, listen, the entertainment business thrives off of violence, sex, and like
No,
what? I
I agree.
mean,
I agree with you.
you can say kids got cartoons. Cartoons will always, or you either, target, it's how can you say target market?
Yes.
Target
Yes.
marketing. Like you know exactly who you trying to hit, if not everybody.
No,
So
no, you're exactly right. The only thing that I did want to bring to mind is that I noticed that it isn't music and it isn't people's personal art influence in music. It is the culture that's built around it that is pushing the music. The culture, the sex culture, the violent culture, the going viral, all these different things is what's pushing, what's making what's popular, and
that's
everybody is making
because
music towards the culture.
it's like
Mhm.
they got them started on it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like culture, coming down since Elvis, the James, and
Mhm.
lyrics coming down and being a little more loose, and corporations realizing that they're making more money off that, and boom.
Mhm.
So now they stir it even more. So they started
Mhm.
a monster, right? That they know makes money. And not only that, like if you look at it
Mhm.
from a religious standpoint, because I'm a religious person, look at it. More people are gonna go to hell. I just started looking at it like, damn, my role in this, my role in that, but intelligence, like what a person knowledge they have or what education they have to understand what the hell's going on. And just most people, because the youth, like elders are tired, elders are weak, they're on their way to dying. Yeah, elders are people that's like in their 60s, 70s, and they just tired, whatever. And then you got us, this next leaders for the youth, and it's like we were so corrupted. Like we did so much stuff too, so it's not like pointing a finger and trying to set it right or judging people, because you can't force people to do stuff. Like you can't force people
Yeah.
to do what's right. Like DMX, I want to bring him up because he just died and he's real big to hip hop. I mean, he showed in his Angel video featuring Mary J. Blige. You see that?
I'm not sure. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
now, is that the one when he was going to his grandmother's funeral or no?
No, it's him showing his own like life. It's like his own bike. It dropped 2 weeks ago. It's like
Oh,
it
okay.
is a 38-minute video. So it's like
Hmm.
his last thing he wanted to leave to his fans, if you ask me, about his whole life, like childhood on up, his
Mhm.
monsters, demons, and experiences. So, yeah, I was going to say with DMX, and he showed like everybody that said something about DMX that knew him personally said he wasn't a materialistic person. He had the money to buy a Lamborghini, but he never did it. He just wanted to take care of his family, and just he never was really into jewelry. He wore the little silver dog chain or platinum, whatever it was, and he didn't want like I'm. like he's a religious dude, so he know if he doing something wrong or if he should be steering people right, and he dedicated like his second half of his career to making it right, to cleaning up.
Hmm.
Looking back when he was young and the stuff he did and why he did it, and he made it right, and he became like a phenomenon. Like he became,
Hmm.
in England and Europe, they say he was the brilliant man that was troubled, saying like he was brilliant. So, you know, however they give you
Hmm.
your props, you know what I mean? And he got like he's influence on icon. That's all I could pray is that I leave my influence on a game like that. And even if I don't see it in my lifetime, because I know there's a lot of artists that, they go back digging the files after they're gone and be like, yo, this dude was like a real life story, turn up dude, like did all this street shit and everything. One day they might make a movie about it. Shit,
So
I know they gonna
tell
make it.
me.
They could definitely make a
I'm sorry.
movie about me. Definitely, definitely get a
So
juice.
so tell me. So tell me this. The album, when you was telling me about your album and you sold a certain amount of albums. What album was that, and when did you make it? Like, where were you were in
Dreams,
your life on
dreams. All right, so listen, all my albums, I got like any true fan, if there ever will be like a shitload of true fans that ran live, they'll tell you. Like, I started with Philly's Best Kept Secret, one of my real put together albums, Philly's Best Kept Secret. Then I came out with uh, Can't Keep a Secret, Called to Be Chosen. Philly's Best Kept Secret, I probably sold like, not a lot of them. I might have sold like 1,000 of them. And then when I did Philly Can't Keep a Secret, I probably sold like
it? Hey, Sally.
2,000 of those, like 2,000, 2,500 of those, hand in hand out the trunk. And then a lot of people got on me like
Hold on.
Shelly
How
and
many of those did you sell? I'm sorry. Wait. Can you go back? You said how many of those did you sell in the
Philly's
trunk?
Best Kept Secret. It was like me wetting my whistle, man. I sold like 1,000 of them locally, mostly in Philly, mostly in Philadelphia, mostly in Jersey, like locally. Uh,
That's hard though.
in Delaware, but then I started branching out. Like I got better at it. I was down Texas, and I sold
Mm.
like 100 of them in like an hour. And then
Ooh.
I was
Wow.
like, damn, like niggas was asking me like, yo, you really know Reed Dollars? You really know Kelly? I'm like, yeah, I know all these people, right? And so I didn't have Reed Dollars on my album at that time. I didn't have people they was asking for. So at that time, yeah, I sold 1,000 like Philly's Best Kept Secret. I had Gilly on there. I had Enes on there.
Mm.
Um, that was way back when. I only had like two features, maybe Dutchy. I had Dutchy from the Major Figures on it, so I had like three features on there. And then I came back with Can't Keep a Secret. That was like me having fun. I did a freestyle album. I dropped a freestyle song and people liked it so much. So I just said, I'm gonna go in the studio every night at midnight and freestyle a whole album. And then like I freestyle the whole album, I was having fun. But like I said, people like Shelly
You,
Anno got on my ex like, yo, you can't just but people liked it though. It was a fun album. If anybody ever go back and hear it, I did all my favorite childhood beats. I grew up like I started something because I noticed other people started doing it after me, like doing a shitload of
hey,
old throwback beats that you grew up off, that you loved, all the greatest beats. I did one of DMX joint. Um, boom, boom, boom. I did that. I did Who's Bottom at the DMX joint. So that'll show like he helped influence me. Study Be Coolsy, Glamorous Life.
you know what? You know what? You should you you should be on an episode of $1 million worth of game. But so what I'm like interested in is that like I just like organizing things. Like I really like the business side of things, and I think a lot of things need to be organized. Possibly your the best is yet to come for you, and
Woo!
that you'll
Yo, you
meet
ain't listen.
you'll
That's
meet
why
who
they
you're
won't put
supposed to
me
be
on.
meeting.
That's why they won't
Yeah,
put me on. Yo, my name will be on everything, and I'm not like a greedy person. Like I'm not like a
right,
like
right,
I'm not like a title hungry person. I'm so
right.
excited to be an artist, and I'm still alive. Like yo, I had a trouble, young adult life, like coming up in Hunting Park, coming up in North Philly with the drugs and all that. So, like, yeah,
Sure.
man. So I just get excited and like for real, when I do start getting business and buckling up my tie, then they gotta give me all these co-production credits, production credits, fucking costume credits and costume design and sales rep and Like, you know what I mean? Like, my name would be on everything. And then I got to get paid for all of that. So, you know what I mean? Like, that would make me
Right.
a fucking monster. Now, like, with movies and stuff like that and the plugs with movie stars, like, the biggest movie star that I've talked to over the phone is Tyrese. So, Tyrese Gibson is in the, you know what I mean? Like, I got that, like everything gonna go, you know what I mean? And I, like a lot of people, Rasheed Wallace, uh, yo, man, Will Smith, mom, like Will Smith, like all these people are part of my life. Eddie Jones, Eddie Griffin, that died in a car accident. Like I was like really blessed to be in like the A-list Philadelphia A-list all my life. Like God wanted me to be a light too. And it's just like my dad, shit, yo, my dad ripped up at least one contract that I know my dad ripped up. My dad used to be a hater, yo. Like my dad used to be a hater, man, because he was a sheriff. So
Oh, your dad was a sheriff, police sheriff?
my dad's a sheriff. He was one of he not only he ended his career at the biggest sheriff. Yeah. So he's
He was a
Homeland
sheriff. Was he a
Security.
sheriff? I'm sorry. Was he a sheriff for was he a sheriff for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or
My
no?
dad was, yeah, he was the top dog. He was the chief inspector. He was right under the chief,
Wow.
Jewel Jewel Williams. So, but for real, at that time, he was the president over all the Sheriff's Association. He's a fucking
Wow.
instructor for weapons of mass destruction for the country, internal affairs, homeland security, counterterrorism, hostage negotiated. Yeah, my dad, big fish.
Oh
33rd degree
wow.
master mason. His temple, his lodge is the one right across from City Hall. So my dad is a big motherfucker when it comes to government. So yeah, that nigga was like, he probably had, my dad was, man, my dad had motherfuckers phones tapped when I was 16. He was breaking up threesomes when I was 16. That's why I said he's a fucking hater. And he was the top security guard for the number one club in Philadelphia, Bobby Danzy's. Bobby Danzy's for 13 years. My dad was the hottest. That was the hottest club. So he was ripping
So,
my contracts up.
oh, so what? So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been like so you've been offered contracts and record deals?
Yeah, at least one.
So what
Yup.
was your record deal? What was I mean, only if you want to talk about it. I'm not trying to ask
Well,
you like
what you mean?
questions
Like,
that
who
you don't
was
want to
it
talk about.
with, or what did it insinuate? Like, what was in the
Yeah, no,
paperwork?
like so who was the record deal with?
All right, so with Smash Tracks, this is back in like I want to say 1998, 2 years probably after I met Gilly and them at the studio. They put me, the Dough Stackers on. The Dough Stackers then got a record deal from Coriac later down the line. They was the biggest group in Hunting Park at the time. You know, EST was supposed to pass it off, and he did. He was kind of passing it off to them. They was a group. I was a solo artist. I featured on two of their albums. See, this is one thing you got to put out there to start everything. All right. So I grew up in one of the biggest drug neighborhoods, right? So I was technically like, I sold a lot of drugs. So when you say like how you get into these areas and these arenas and quit up with these people, so their first album was Operation Sunset. Like my neighborhood was real big on drugs. Like Hunting Park sold a
Hmm.
lot of celebrities drugs. Put it like that.
Okay. Okay. Um so so tell no, I know you have a new song. You have a song with PD Crack and you also have a song do you have a song with Elliot Ness too? So
I
tell me
got a
about
new
like the new
I
song. I
got
mean,
actually I got a video with Enes. I got a video with Freeway done. I got a new single with all of them, including PD Crack. We was, I think I might have fucked up with the video with PD because I waited too long to do it and I did too many other videos. But I was telling PD like I wanted to wait for the weather to be right. So usually like around now people get real busy and what they doing. So but I
I know what you
definitely
mean.
I finished up a video with Mike Knox. Mike Knox got 50 Cent coming in with G Unit on April the 30th. So, his situation with G Unit's official. So freeway situation, everybody keep asking me, like hurry up and drop the freeway joint. But with freeway being on a major label and all these people being on major labels, there's a lot of paperwork involved and
Uh-huh.
so I've been held up on the freeway joint, but the video done, the promotion artwork is done, for the freeway, get
Mhm.
the job done with my cousins on it, Rel and V. Um, but yeah, so that's everybody. Mike Knight, I got Black De Niro, me and Black De Niro from off of Netflix. He got his first deal was a movie deal with Netflix. It didn't come from music. Shout out to my bro. And so I might be, headed more to that direction, like with Black, with the clothes and movies, because I can act my ass off. See, I can talk. I got the rats. I can act my ass off. We need another Will Smith for Philly. I think that's really why they mad. I'm like the cutest rapper in the game right now, next to Black De Niro. We all and Pete, the rest of them niggas ugly. I know, I'm joking. I'm messing with my bros. I love you.
Um, do you have any live performances or events coming up?
May 23rd, I'm gonna be in Philadelphia, the all white powerhouse, flyers all over my Rain Live page. I know that's messed up. I'm not doing this interview on my page. I don't know. But yeah, everybody, yo, it's like it looked like it's gonna be crazy. It's like people from all over the country gonna be there. We got the headliners from Chicago. God forgive me, I don't remember her name, but I remember the picture more than I remember her name, and I know where she's from. She's from Chicago. She got the little Kim picture on the page. All white powerhouse. Butt Necko. I
Okay.
so that's pretty much it, man. I'm not, with coronavirus, man, I'm real, picky
Yeah.
about, what events I would do or where I would go and stuff like that. Because I'm still
No,
just
you
really
shouldn't
trying
be.
to get my
Definitely.
buzz up, and that's really like, social media, social media promotion. You know what I mean?
Apology. Great. So
I might be going to
do you
Connecticut tomorrow. My boo boo was trying to get us in Connecticut. It was supposed to be a show out there, but that's like. But the one I know for sure is May 23rd. Oh, I do. I got a paintball shoot, 4th of July, for close family and friends. They're invited, So you hit me up. And if it's somebody like you, Shayrenee, and she want to go because she family, she could come. But if I don't know you, if I never met you, no, nigga, you ain't going to be there. Because I don't have my kids there. And I can't have strangers around my princes and my princesses.
No, I feel you. With all the things, with all like that this is in Philly, right? With all the violence and all the stuff that's been happening, I would definitely be very selective of who I was
Oh
inviting
yeah,
to my
but
event.
listen, they
I
need
feel
to
you.
know, like my events, like I never ever, not one event that I held or been to ever there was violence. Because listen, I told you who my daddy
Right.
was. It'd be like three sheriffs with me. And they could shoot
Oh,
their
wow,
gun
okay.
up, they could shoot that thing up, you get out of line, your ass gonna be in the dirt. We gonna tell your mom we got insurance. So
So
nah,
you're
nah,
definitely well
nah, nah.
protected at
But
your event.
my shit be positive. That's why I'm real picky about where I go. I deal with positive people that got the same kind of vibe as me. Love, unity, uplifting our people, not tearing them down. And our people is everybody that's part of pop culture, because those are people, and those are all color people. Spiritual people, indigo children, indigo lights, people that Jews that got, like, that's what we pushing, man. Like in my music, like my new album El Mahadi's Reality, from dreams to this, I always put like a spiritual song on each album. So this album was like I've arrived. Like anybody that know me, like I'm getting phone calls from my closest friends. They like, to them, like I made it, like I'm on. And really technically I've been on, you know what I mean? Because some people look at the cup half full, but I look at it like, if I got 1,400 followers and 1,000 of them buy my album when it dropped for $20, that's $20,000 overnight. That's enough for me to live like a year or two. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
God is taking
Definitely.
care of me. So like, yeah, we putting out there like spiritual awareness, and then I'm like a modern because you know I mean, I'm trying to. I don't bling a lot. I don't go to the jewelry store every day like most artists, but I ain't judging them. But I'm just saying, we got to really have a fair balance as being leaders to these young people in the music business to say, like Solomon. I'm sure Solomon had a gold chain. I'm sure your royalty spending money and being responsible, because I'm a revolutionary too. So I just want to be responsible. I want to show kids don't blow $100,000 every day on a chain.
It's,
Get some
you're doing
land,
the
get
right
some
thing.
stocks, get some bonds. So people like
You're
when I
doing the
talk
right
about this.
thing.
And I really live in that. And I just want to, like, ultimately let my life be an example. I ain't going to tell people what to do. I'm going to let them look at
Right.
me and see me doing it. Like, solar panels, land, couple couple chickens,
Right.
couple chickens, some sheep running around.
Uh-huh.
Have my boo
Yeah.
walking around with a G stick saying, nigga,
Hi, how you doing? What's your
Hello. How you
Hi, what is
doing?
your wife's name? Hi, how are you?
that's,
I'm
What's your
good.
name?
that's Brett.
My name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It went out for a minute. You said your name's Brittany. Oh man, I'm losing. The signal's messing up a little bit, so it just froze. Oh, I'm sorry. It just froze. I'm sorry. Say your name again. It's freezing. I might. I'm. No, I'm sorry. It's freezing a little. It's freezing a little bit. I know you guys are driving. You're on your way somewhere. Okay, it's back. Good. What's your name again? I'm sorry. It froze a
Brittany.
little bit.
Brittany.
Brittany. Okay, Brittany.
Yes.
You have a clothing line.
Yes, I'm partnered with Randy with the Justice Couture clothing line.
And where can people find your clothing line? Because this is kind of like a double promotion, so I'm liking it. I'm feeling it. I'm liking it.
Well, y'all can find us online. We on Instagram. We do most of our stuff on Instagram. We're gonna be dropping the website May 1st, so you can find us on Instagram as Justice JUSTIS underscore team or Justice
Okay.
JUSTIS underscore, or you can hit up Randy's personal
Awesome,
page,
awesome. Do
which is
you
Randlive9999.
okay? So hopefully I can like have one of like hopefully like I can like maybe like in the near future I could like model one of your t-shirts or something like that and come out to one of your events or something. Okay. Um, I just it's just like pixelating a little bit because I think like yeah, I think like it's okay, I think like it's really important for like someone to like put some quality insurance on like the urban culture and like black owned business and independent business and stuff like
Yes.
that. Somebody should be definitely doing stuff like that so that it can go somewhere, you know, so that we can grow together and we can it can go somewhere, you know.
Yes, most definitely.
Yo, can I say something, Shay, that's real important for people to know real quick while you were saying that? When
Hmm.
people like to start your own, like me personally, I'm never against people starting their own businesses. But you kind of like, you get this vibe sometimes that people just come along long enough to learn something, still something, then be out. But
Yes,
I'm not, I'm not mad at that. Like I get it, but damn, they like unless their shit
but
start
you got to
pumping.
pay homage to it.
Dog,
I'm sorry.
it's so many headaches. It's so many headaches you don't want. It's like people, they see people do it. They see the success from it, and we don't
Mhm.
really like. We don't really do a good job at showing them because they don't get to see
Mhm.
the tears. They don't get to see.
Mhm.
They don't get to see the sleepless nights. Skipping meals, getting cursed out because you forgot to. You know what I mean? Like it's so
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah.
and listen. I'm not trying to discourage people from doing that, not at all. But I'm saying like at least at least know what you're doing. Just don't go for the glitz and glamour. I think a lot of people go wrong there because they just think about the money. They think like they see people living these so-called fabulous lifestyles that they may
Mhm.
see. Dog, it is so much hard work behind that. It is not. It's not like, and then like DMX showed in this one video, like at first, for people, be careful what you ask for. At first, it's like you happy to do it, like, yo, I'm getting these phone calls. Now you don't even want people to have your number, or you know what I'm saying? Like you get comfortable with it. So, dad, yo, like people help other people. Like if they doing something good, because like we probably will be pumping out way more material and stuff like that. But me and Britt is a good team, and we pump out a lot of stuff. Just for example, this morning we woke up. I woke up peeling leaflets. She woke up sewing things on the shirts. And you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I started getting the CDs ready, and she started getting the covers ready. So it's like it's 24 hours. Our life is committed to it. So shout out to Britt,
Teamwork makes the
my
dream
boss.
work. I like that.
Yep.
And
I
something
knew I knew we
positive.
had something when we both were Scorpios. I knew we had something.
Yep.
How long you guys been together?
We just had an anniversary. It's going on what, 3 years? 3 years?
She said
Yeah,
3 years.
3. It's so hard to keep up because
Awesome.
every day is like an adventure.
How did you guys meet, actually?
Okay.
Walking in a
We met at a
convenience store.
store. Yeah, at a convenience store. We just bumped into each other and we just clicked.
Y'all just clicked. That's good. You know what? And behind like every like good music business, it does take like a good woman and a strong woman. I noticed this too. I want to
Yes,
Yeah, the
say
most
business was
definitely.
when a
established. Our
woman,
relationship
yeah,
started out as a business
Yeah.
one first.
Yeah,
It
yeah, it
wasn't.
started out as a business relationship and we
I
was
mean, I
really
was
close
attracted
friends.
to her. I'm not gonna just say that, but I'm just saying, like,
We was close friends. I believe we
yeah,
was really, really close
we
friends.
worked it
And
out.
I always told him from the door when I first met him, I said, I just want to see you win. I just want to see you, accomplish your dream because everybody has a dream. And for to meet somebody that's so passionate, that's been sticking to their dream for so long, because a lot of people don't stick to their dream. They get discouraged
yeah,
because of it's not going as they
pitfall.
planned, so they'll stop doing what
Hmm.
they want to do and what they dream of, and
Yeah,
they'll just be stuck working in the workforce. No, this man's been
exactly,
doing his dream and accomplishing his dream for so long. So I said, I want to see you win. I want to see you win. I'll rooting for you. I don't want nothing from you. I just want to see you win. And ever since
Yeah,
exactly.
then,
because
we've
when
been
she was my
friends.
friend, we used to have like 10 naked girls in the hot tub. I like before we, and she had to know the real me. She had to know the real plate. You know what I mean, she had to know what she had. So if it wasn't 10 butt naked girls feeding me grapes like Prince Hakeem from Coming to America, it wasn't like
Yeah,
those were just video shoots.
those
They
are
were
video shoots.
they're
He's
just
funny.
video shoots.
Oh
Just
no,
video
no.
shoots.
Hey, I don't have nothing against it. If it were like everything don't if whatever works for both of you guys, but you guys look happy together, and you're assisting him with his business, and he's assisting you, and it's a hard role when you're with somebody that's making their own
It,
business.
it's
Yeah,
almost like
It's
an
something.
example because she started companies. She started her own side companies. Like
yeah.
she got Hollywood Meets and stuff like that. And I think it
And
was
Hollywood
good
Treasures.
for her to come on and see the hard work that it take with branding. Because once you learn how to do
Hmm.
one brand, then you learn how to you could just keep
Master
branding.
doing
You
more.
master it. And one of the biggest things I learned is you shouldn't wait. You should just get out there and do it because you're gonna make mistakes. But the longer
Yeah,
you wait because you're scared to do it, it's not good. You want to get out there and do it. So make your money, man. Get out there, get that money.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree with
Like
you.
you
Oh,
did.
her own lashes
Like
company. Oh,
you did. Like I'm happy what you did. You came out and started something not only that's dope for the artists and stuff like that, but you jumped right out there and you started and I think you gonna have support. You have awesome interviews. I love all the artists. You have top
thank
artists,
you,
seasoned artists as well. So like
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to you,
thank
Shayrenee.
you,
And our
thank you.
relationship is always gonna be love. I don't care, yo. I think I'm gonna blow up, bro. Like I'm always gonna be here. I'm always gonna be around.
That's I can say I wanted to say thank you for saying that, and I went through a lot of stuff. I think when you're an artist, like the mood swings of rise and fame, and your business not making it, it's a different kind of depression,
Yeah.
because that's what like the show business does to you. It takes you up, it takes you down, or you're owning a small business. That's what it does. That's what it
Right,
does to you. Sometimes
right.
you feel crazy.
Yes. Yes,
It's
definitely.
really a lot. Like people don't want to invest into you until you become something. Then everybody's, you know what I mean, trying to invest in you, not when you want like your last leg. So
Right,
People
right.
I
only
really
want to
like
see
that.
the sunshine. They don't want us to be there for the storm and the rain.
Exactly, exactly. And I think like a lot of stuff. I like to talk to artists who've been out there, who've been in places, whether they're known or not, that can give like some food for thought to like upcoming artists. Because I learned from like everybody. I know I had Tracy Lee Esquire on,
Right.
and
I
he's like
was
an
yeah.
entertainment lawyer, and I just like loved like that whole thing. I was like, God, I want this information to go out to other artists so they can understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, like I was like I made a project and I was literally like turned down from like from a record company. I'm not naming it or whatever, but like it really builds on you. Got to know how to like adaptability, and that's what you had
Yeah.
for being out here so long. How long has Rand been? How long have you been rapping, Rand, or how long have your career been going on?
Rand's career been going on. He had dropped something on the car real quick, so he had to pick it up.
Oh, sorry. That's okay. I'm talking to you. That's right.
But Rand, he been doing it for a while. I believe the start of his career was 94, I believe.
Wow.
So he's been doing it for some years.
That's a long, and to keep up with it. And you know what else? You don't talk about the financial money that you have to put behind this.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
constantly finance yourself.
Yes, it's definitely. Yeah, I believe you have to have a passion to do what he do for so long, because if your heart's not in it and you don't have the passion for it, then it's not going to work. His heart is in it, his passion is in it, so that's what keep him moving, keep him driving, and also the support from the fans, support from family, friends. Like
Hmm.
people don't understand, like artists need support.
Yes, yes.
So
I
support,
wish I could
a
teach a
little
class
bit of
on that.
support goes a long way, even if it's just, like support with the clothing line, even if it's just buying a t-shirt or buying one of the CDs, or even it don't take much to scroll down the page and like a couple, leave a couple comments. That's free, you know.
Right, and to share it. Yes,
And to
yes.
share, yeah, repost on your page, that's free. That don't cost nothing. So when
That
people,
don't.
a lot of people don't support because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's so worried and stuck on themselves. And
Exactly.
if everybody support everybody, then everybody would get to where they're going faster.
They would. That I didn't really look at how powerful like independent music and independent music scene could be. Like you said, if everybody supported each other, like if everybody just supported each other, people would be where they need to be, or they have the visibility they have.
That's
But what?
anything. That's just about
That's true.
anything.
Mhm.
It's just about anything you do if you did it together.
Mhm. Yeah. So I started just trying to say like one of my biggest
Oh
things
no,
is doing.
no, you're right. You're right.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we were just agreeing with you.
Oh, I think like more attention has to be pulled to this because there's so many great artists. There's so many talented people in like Philadelphia, and I'm just like, why isn't there more stuff for like arts and music here? I mean, I know it's a lot of stuff, but I mean like some real stuff, like some grants and stuff like that. You know, like some grants, like we can get get some people, some artists, and some grants so they can do this because it takes a lot of money. It takes money to do it, and you got a regular life.
Oh yes, it definitely takes money. It definitely takes support from everybody.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we doing good. Yeah, yeah, gotta work hard. Until I guess, like I've heard a lot of people that I'm starting to relate to. They say like, if you stay in the game long enough, I think it was Dame
Hmm.
Dash. I heard of people like him
Oh,
talking
I like
about
this.
it. Like if you stay in the game long enough to get the people that you want to help to believe in you, and then they start breaking down, and then what I mean, it'll if they see like what you want for yourself, you want for them, and they understand that, then they getting back at you a little bit more, and that's what I'm starting to see now a little bit too. Like, um,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm starting to see that a little bit. A lot of people tell me a lot of times they'll say, like, I got young boys that rap, and they be like, Randy, the difference between you and them is like you real, man. Like your little 1,400 followers are real, real. Like they not no boosted up, trumped up numbers. Like
And the
you
numbers
really
add
out
up.
there. You really know these celebrities and all of that. Like you're not just doing features with niggas. They your niggas you know. So
Yeah, I'm like you grew up with a lot of people, or a lot of people from like state property. I've seen a lot of stuff on
yeah,
your
man.
pages, which
Oskino,
I might
shout
say
out
it
to
should have had.
Oskino.
It should have a lot more up.
Oh, me and Oskino go back the longest. It's like me and
Oh yeah.
Oskino, then it would be like me and Petey. It started like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and O go back to like state property too. Like, you know what I mean? And he the first one to really Gilly the first one to give me a feature, and that's the second. And then Oskino was like he the first like celebrity I did a video with. So he was on my first album.
You and Gilly still talk?
Not as
Oh, okay.
like Gilly, like that nigga. He only talked to my in person, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like last time, Gilly and my dad don't get along, man. So it ain't nothing personal with me.
Um.
Like you'll see me in
Hmm.
pictures with the niggas, like you know what I'm saying, when we around each other. But last time I heard him and my dad had a run in, and it might have fell off on me. But like I like that nigga
I
probably
want to
only.
see you on the podcast though. I do.
I could if I see Gilly out in the street, dog, you already know, nigga. Like
I do. I want to see. I
if I
want to
see
see you
Gilly
on
out
there.
in the street, I already know what I'm gonna say. I'm like, listen, OG, you gotta give me the crown. I know you trying to give it the mac and cheese, but I'm the original young bull. So I know you don't want to do it. I know you don't want to, but you got to. It's better me than me to get the title the King of Philly, like from you on your show. You got
Yeah, I'd like to see him like just interview you and talk to you. I don't know where Bezzy215 is at. I don't think you showed up for the interview, but I'm glad to have an interview this long with you, Rand,
right.
because you had a lot to say,
Yeah.
and you're literally a veteran. You're literally a rap veteran. So, I'm talking to you right now.
That's
So
what's up.
I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna just get
Yeah.
bigger and bigger, man. Like I'm a little late in the game coming in, but with media, internet, like I'm gonna go viral faster. Like once these videos start getting put on certain outlets and stuff like that, niggas gonna know. Niggas gonna know. Niggas gonna know who the man in Philly is. So can I say that? That's the one last thing before you go. Let me say that. See, I think it's because Gilly loved me so much, and I'm so much like he's such an influence on my life. You know what I mean? And because he like 5'2" and I'm 6'2", you know he and I'm so cute and his head so fucking big. Gilly head is so fucking big. And Wallow came back and he got all hype. He forgot about me, but when me and Gilly gonna have our time, and we brothers at the end of the day. I love Gilly. I would never disrespect him. I love that man. Anything I say is like a joke. I mean to us, like, he's so far up there. He definitely do have to watch what he do. So at the end of the day, same thing with PD Crack and Oskino, because their platform's so big, and I'm a risk. I'm like a new artist until they see I'm certified, because there's a lot of question marks with my career. Like it's, what I mean, the lyrics. It ain't the lyrics. It's, it's the. It could be the street shit. I'm still in. I'm still
Oh,
on the street.
hold on. I'm sorry. The sound kind of went out because I had got a call. I'm gonna end this live, but if you
Sorry.
wanna continue, I can go back live again and we can still talk.
Well,
But if you're on
no.
your way somewhere, we can just.
I mean, no. I mean, if the people like what they heard, that's fine. If they was entertained, we could, because I wanted
I'm
this.
definitely I'm definitely liking it. Like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I got caught up. See, what happened was I was supposed to be sitting down. I had this thing where I was going to have this whole backdrop, and somebody was an hour late giving me my.
So
So yeah.
I'm gonna close this up and then I'm
All
gonna
right.
close this up and go live again, okay, and come
All
back
right.
in my